Okay, Bob, this question is about the Second Amendment rights and the shootings. Where do you stand on both of those issues?
Well, I believe we do have the right to bear arms. I believe in the Second Amendment. And I think it's going to stay with us for a while, but I think it's been so convoluted. The Second Amendment has taken on a life of its own to the detriment of American society. And let me tell you let me show you something. This is a concealed carry license. I'm covering up all my address and stuff, but if you want to bear arms, and I do, I carry a weapon with me all the time. Why? Because I have a commercial cleaning business. I travel around at night, sometimes out in rural Kansas. I don't know if I'll have a car breakdown or whatever, but if I do and I feel the need to protect myself, I want to protect myself. And even when I go around town, I carry my weapon because half the population is on illegal prescription drugs or doped out of their mind. You don't know where their head's at. So I'm concerned about that as well. So I believe in the right to bear arms. Now, what I do have a problem with is allowing, and by the way, for my concealed carry license, everybody's got my fingerprints. The KBI, the county sheriff, the DMV. I did a background check. I had training. I had an 8-hour class of training. I had to turn that in before they would even give me my license. The background check. I'm not crazy, they tell me. I'm a normal human being. So if you want to go through all that, do that. But most people don't. They allow an 18-year-old kid that just turned 18 a week ago to go buy a high-powered rifle, assault rifle, AR-15 style rifle, to use and go murder people. I mean, how insane is that? Now, I have a self-interest in this because I have a daughter who lives in England, who has a 7 and a 5-year-old that they're just starting school there. And she hangs around a lot of international moms, Portuguese, Kazakhstans, Kosovo, British, Scottish. And she says, Dad, we see all these horrible things happening in America. Why do they allow little kids in school be shot? I said, good question. Our politicians care more about money than they care about little kids. And she said, you know, Dad, I don't think we're going back to America. I don't want my kids to be hurt in school. We don't have active shooter drills in the schools. I mean, can you imagine active shooter drills? When I was going to school, we had the nuclear bomb drills because the Russians were going to come after us. But the Russians never came after us. It's Americans that are coming after us today that are shooting up our schools, our grocery stores, our parades. I mean, how horrific is that? That on the most prideful day of the year, the most patriotic day of the year, you have some crazy kid shooting up a parade, killing innocent people in a very nice neighborhood, I should add. Very nice neighborhood. This isn't the south side of Chicago or Watts or any, I mean, hell, I've never heard of a mass shooting in Watts or south side of Chicago or East LA. I mean, it happens by crazy kids, usually white kids, shooting up a theater or a school or a church. And our Republican-led Congress is doing this because 99% of all the dollars for political contributions by the NRA and gun manufacturers goes to Republicans. And they don't want to change the law. These same Republicans that say they're pro-life, you know, are getting our kids killed. And what's disgusting to me is Japan had one homicide in 2021. This year, we already know of one when Abe, the former prime minister, was shot a couple of days ago.
With a homemade gun.
Homemade gun. This guy had to be pretty good, but, you know, he did it. We have 45,000 a year, 45,000 gun deaths a year. Why? And they say, oh, it's mental health. So we're all crazy and the Japanese aren't. You know, well, the English aren't crazy, but we're crazy. Okay? So it's insane. No, we're the ones that are insane, where we allow our kids to be killed in the schools with AR-15s. We need a ban on these assault weapons, because the only time I felt I needed an AR-15 style rifle was when I was in a combat zone in Iraq. Al-Qaeda was going to try to kill you, and I wanted my M16 with me at all times, and I did. And luckily I never had to take anybody out, but if I did, it was there. When I go to Walmart and McDonald's in America, I don't need an M16. And those weapons are deadly. My bullet comes out, it tumbles, and it destroys, pulverizes everything. And we allow that into the hands of unstable people in this country, and it seems perfectly fine. We seem to think it's okay.
And the rest of the world is saying, what's wrong with you guys?
Yeah, and my opponent in Congress believes it's perfectly okay because he's in bed with the NRA, and I want to be there and take him out. He can go back to farming or whatever did before, but he doesn't need to be representing us in the 4th District of Kansas.
Remember, folks, go to Bob Hernandez for U.S. Congress and give and donate.
It's Hernandez for Kansas is the website. HernandezForKansas.com.